Hello, lovely people. Once again, you're welcome to Bethel TV, and it's indeed and always a blessed time to come your way on this channel. Today, we are going to have a special program, and we try to sample a few questions that the young people ask, basically on the all-time subject of sex and boyfriend relationship. Now today, as usual, we have with us the senior pastor of Bethel Community Baptist Church in the person, Reverend Frank Chum Mensah, who will be helping us answer these few questions that our young people have posed in our previous episodes. So, Reverend, you're welcome once again.
Thank you very much, Pastor George.
It's always a delight to have you for our program, and thank you for always being there to help our young ones, even with these situations that we find ourselves in.
I'm happy to be here.
Okay, so Reverend, in our episodes, we've looked at very interesting topics about relationship, and I think from the comments we've seen young people asking questions, and we want to take this opportunity, see if you can help us answer these questions for us. Okay, so one of the questions is sex good?
That is a very interesting question indeed. Of course, sex is good. When God created human being, he said that everything he has created is good. So sex is good. It is a good gift that God has given to human beings if it is done in the right context, if it is done in the right way. It is good. I cannot imagine marriage without sex. So sex is good and it is enjoyable.
Okay, so Reverend, if you say sex is good, now at what point, because in your submission you mentioned that I cannot imagine marrying without sex. Does that limit the point or the time that one can have sex?
Of course. I believe that sex is only permissible in marriage. Even when one marries, one is not allowed to go outside of one's spouse to have sex. So sex is permissible only in marriage. This is a very strong Christian principle, and sex acts outside marriage is frowned upon in the Bible, and God prefers some of the strongest possible sentence or the strongest possible judgment for people who indulge either in pre or post-marital sex.
Okay, thank you very much. And I think the next question is, why do I have strong desires to have sex?
That is also a very, very, very good question. I mean, supposing somebody, people get to puberty at very early age, some as early as 16 years old, some even as early as 11 years old. And when you have puberty, then you begin to have very, very strong feelings to have sex. So if sex is for married people, and in our country, people marry at a very later age, post-teen age, mostly. Why is it that God would permit them to have such strong feeling at a very early age? I suppose that is the extent of the question, and it's a very good question. God put these feelings inside of us so that we can control ourselves. Because as good as sex is in marriage, you cannot have it all the time. You know, so during the period that you hit puberty and the period that you marry, at what time sex is permissible, you learn self-control. You learn to control yourself, which is very, 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 very necessary when you marry, because you cannot have sex all the time in marriage. If you develop the strategies to control yourself, given this hot passion when you are a teenager, then you can rely on those same strategies to control yourself in marriage when you cannot have sex.
Okay. So it is indeed, it's not bad to have that strong desire to have sex.
The strong desire is natural, is normal for any human being. If you hit puberty and you do not have strong desires, then you need to be examined physically.
Okay.
You know, you need to be examined physically. The desire to have sex in young people post-puberty shows that they are normal human beings, and they would be able to perform very well when they marry. Okay. But if you have difficulty experiencing it, then they need to cancel you, or something needs to be done.
Well, Reverend, would that
Yeah.
not be a good note to keep the young one, so to when they get to the point of marriage, so they can have sex since they are not having the desire? Would it not be a good for a parent to, okay, thank you very much, you don't have such desires, okay, that's okay.
No, it is not good if young people do not have the desire. In fact, the desire for sex is often coupled with the attraction for the opposite sex.
Okay.
You see, so when a person does not have the attraction for the opposite sex, it is not good. They stand in danger of not marrying. Of course, may I say that there are some people that God made them not to marry.
Okay.
So probably if you do not have any sexual desire, then probably you are not meant to be married.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? But if you are meant to marry, you should have the desire. And then you control it whilst you are young. You see, it is like a test. Your ability to control your sexual desire will make you a very good sexual partner when you marry, because you would not be unduly demanding, and you would know how to control yourself. Okay, when your husband or your spouse, your wife, is not in the mood to have sex,
Okay.
because you cannot have it all the time. So you should learn how to control it.
control
And I
yourself.
think that the waiting period when puberty and the time that you marry, it's a very good period to learn the self-control, which is necessary in marriage.
Okay. Okay, so the next question is, I love my partner. Why can't I have sex with the one I love?
That's an interesting question, and it is a very, very, very good one. May I say that the fact that you love somebody does not necessarily mean that you have to go to bed with the person. That is why it's an affront for a man, for example, to have sex with a daughter. But of course, every father loves the daughter.
Affection for
Yes,
the
loves the daughter. Every mother loves the son. We love our sibling. We love people. If we are going to say that, okay, I love this person, so I'm going to go to bed with you, can you imagine what will happen in the world that we live in? Anybody that you have attraction for, I love you, so can we go to bed?
Okay.
You know, So love alone is not the qualifying factor. I believe that the qualifying factor is marriage.
Okay.
When the two of you who are in love with each other have been given the permission by society, and marriage, that is what it really is.
Okay.
Society gives you the permission. The state, the families, the church come together, and they bring you together in an official capacity, whatever way the society choose to do it, then the permission is given for you to go ahead. So love is not a qualifying factor for sex. Marriages.
Okay, so viewers, once again, we've been interacting with Reverend Frank Chu-Mensah, the senior pastor of Bethel Community Baptist Church, and we've been looking at the subject or the topic about sex and boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. Now, we've seen that indeed sex is good, but in marriage. And also we've come to appreciate that you cannot have sex with the one you love except you're married. Because love is not the vehicle, but marriage is the vehicle. When the community have confirmed or given the approval for that. Okay, so we still want to look at a few things. There are so many questions. And I pray that we're able to do this. The next question is, can you use sex to demonstrate your love?
Yes.
To someone?
It is like the first question.
Okay.
It's
yes,
like the
that's
earlier
previous
question.
one, yeah.
Put another way. I can't put it also this way. I mean, I've heard many people ask me that same question this way. My boyfriend say I should show him my love by having sex with him.
Yes.
All right. So
Show me you love
show
me.
me you love me
What
by
shows?
having. What show? If you love me, what shows? I think that it is a way that some young people who are sexually active or who want to sort of fulfill their sexual desire, they use this to trick the other person to get to go to bed with them. It is no demonstration of your love if you go to bed, for example, with your boyfriend. Okay, there are so many different ways to show your love for the person
Okay.
without necessarily having sex with that person.
Okay.
You know. And I think that, for example, you can tell the person that I love you. If the person thinks that your words are not enough, I don't know. You can demonstrate that by giving the person a gift, for example.
Yeah.
Okay, you can demonstrate that by spending time with the person. You can demonstrate your love to the person by being kind to him or her.
Okay.
You know, these are better ways of demonstrating your love to your boyfriend than sex. Now, let me say that even in marriage, sex is not a demonstration of our love.
Okay.
Let me give you this scenario. Supposing you are married and your wife is pregnant, and her pregnancy is a difficult one, as a result of which, for the whole 9 months, she must be in the hospital. Okay, so you are going to say, oh, even though you are sick, you show me your love. For example, you can have a situation where either the man or the woman could be sick or could be tired, for which reason he cannot physically be involved in sex. You know, but situation of love.
Okay. Then it will then look like even those who exchange sex for money,
Of course,
are the greatest lovers.
are the greatest lovers.
Okay.
Thank you for that. Yes,
Okay.
that's a good one.
Sure. Okay. So I think that is rightly answered. The next